work in many weeks.
We'll go for that.
I've had to rush out.
Right.
Right, I've come today.
Right.
Basically, I'm aware that there's a long and a short certificate,
Yeah.
and a live born or live birth certificate also. So basically, I've come today, almost like a subject access request, but in persona, for any paper proclamations or any certified copies thereof that belong to my estate family name, and any derivatives thereof, I wish and require today for a copy, please.
Of your own birth certificate?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
All of them.
Oh, no, I've got my
So you want the short and the
I
long?
have this one. I want to say we've come together but separate requests. I have
Right.
this one,
Right.
and I'd like the other bits as well that go with it, that paperwork wise. So yeah, my mum is in Greece in Kos, and
Right.
she's got the stuff with her there. She's going to bring it back, but not yet. So I need for my estate and management additional to that one as well. Yeah.
Well, that's the only piece of paperwork that you would get. I mean, the short certificate, you can have a short certificate, but that's no use to you at all.
What,
It's
sorry?
not,
Yeah,
the
right.
short certificate, it will just have your name, your date of birth,
Yeah.
and where you were born.
Yeah.
And years ago, that was acceptable to
I mean,
employees.
What it is, just a couple of years ago, maybe last year or the year before, my son applied for a passport,
Right.
and they've asked for the father's birth certificate.
Right.
So I gave him my birth certificate, which was quite a substantial piece
Yeah.
of paper, all the red boxes and red writing and everything.
Yeah.
And the little bugger lost it. So I asked him to get me a replacement, and he ordered me one offline. And this is, I know it's tatty condition, but this is what's came back, this version.
Yeah.
So which version is this currently then? Is this the short one?
Yeah, that's the long
That's the long one with all your details, your parents' details, their occupation and the date.
Ah.
of birth.
So how come mine was, it was oblong in shape and all them?
Right. When were you born?
74.
Right. So it would. I would have
I
thought.
wouldn't have said it was the long one.
When your birth is registered, the long one that you would have got from the registrar would have been
Yeah.
portrait, but it would have been red, I think,
Yeah, it
wouldn't
would,
it?
yeah.
It wouldn't,
Mine's
no,
red.
I can definitely affirm to you that it was that way around, written out, or than this way around. And where it says here, warning, a certificate is not evidence of identity, that was all clearly written in red as well.
Right.
You
That
know.
was your original certificate that you got from the RO. Now I would have thought they would have been landscaped
Because-
in 72.
They were
Seventy
from 69
four.
onwards.
So-
So 74.
Because it does, I've done my diligence and research, and it does say I can go and obtain this from the hospital where he was born.
No.
But
From
that's
the
not,
registrar.
it's not down anyway and rebuilt now as a housing
No,
estate.
there was only two places where you can get your birth certificate.
I've been to
from.
Warwick because at
Is that where your birth was registered?
Yes, yeah.
So you could go to Warwick and they would.
I've been there,
Right. and what
but
you
when,
do?
when I'm asking them for the what I'm asking you for today, they've told me I'm going to have to speak to their superiors. I said, well, look, they'll wait here then, let's go and fetch them. But they said, no, they're in Southport. So I've travelled today from Coventry to here
Right.
to come and get all relevant documentation pertaining to this family estate name here that's been created after I was born. This is just a certified copy of registration of an event in
So
the
you
court.
are
Yeah,
Andrew
yes.
Williams.
Pardon?
You are Andrew
I'm Andrew, yes.
Yes.
I'm one of the Williams
But
family,
the
but this
thing-
isn't how we write my name. This is, may I say it, bastardised, it's uppercase. This is dogma plus a text. This isn't how I write my name. This is a corporate
No,
entity.
but that's how. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
how
that's
they're
management,
registered.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is the death certificate, which is
Now
one of the birth
this-
certificates, isn't it?
When you're born, you get a birth certificate, and that is your original birth certificate.
Okay.
So anything else, it's not going to be an original birth certificate.
Certified copy.
It's always going to be a certified copy of
Authorised.
the original birth entry that's in the registers.
No, that's a living born certificate, isn't it?
Live birth, yeah.
Yeah, live birth, and that's what I'm requiring today. That's what I wish for today.
Well, if you ordered one from us, you would get something like that because it's a certified true copy
Yes.
of the original birth entry. Warwick won't let you see, but at Warwick there will be registers, and your birth will have been added to that register, and you'll have been given an entry number. So when you want to request a
To be
certificate
floated on the
later,
stocks and shares.
that
bonded.
you would go, and they would give you a copy of what was in that book. And you could say order 10 certificates, and they would all be slightly different in design and writing.
Okay.
As ours are different. What happens is, I think it's every year, isn't it? The registrars send their records to us, and we create indexes. And that's how we can then produce certificates for the whole of England and Wales.
Every surname on every certificate is of the
Yeah.
case. And that's for a reason.
Now, I wouldn't like to say it's,
Well, I think every single one, but I'd say 99%,
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
No,
this is the way Warwick choose to do it.
Okay, then
Now,
those,
when I,
those that are in the incorrect capacity without status and title, their family name is taken and written this way. But those that are beknownst and the family trust that this is
Right.
the family estate, when you come to the age of maturity and realise this, then you can denote well exactly what's going on here. My mother is clearly informed on me to the state and which has bonded me. This is
Yeah,
a
well,
bondage
you-
piece of paper. This is a person. I'm a man, Andrew. My family name has been taken and bonded by the state by a certified copy. That's what's got a watermark on there. The
yeah,
same as a £20 note.
yeah,
It's invulnerable
yeah.
with my sign of nature, my signature. I have to swear to being this. So that's why I'm here.
No, this is just a record of an event that happened when you were
Yes,
born.
which is
But
but
giving
that's
the
why.
relevant, your parents'
But
names.
the
an
last,
instrument,
when I
yeah.
got my driving licence, they asked for that. If I apply for a passport, they ask for that. So why is it so relative then? When it clearly states that it isn't me.
Identity-wise, bank
It
accounts,
doesn't-
passports, yeah, they use
It
it
can't
for
be used
ID.
for identification. It clearly
It can be
states.
used as part of identification. It is
Yeah.
part of the
There's no
identification
biometrics
process.
on it, but it
But
can be.
it's
yeah.
not because
Yeah.
the way things are structured, not particularly within the last 50 years, but beyond 50 years, if you've got the relevant details, you can apply for any certificate,
Mhm.
Can act as-
That's right.
Yeah,
Power
which
of
then
attorney.
could be used for
Okay,
fraudulent.
Let me put it this way to
Yeah.
you.
So that's why it's put.
In the most basic layman terms that I have come to understand,
yeah.
the rulage and the jurisdictions of the law of which we reside to this day. I, Andrew, am the creditor to the debtor, Mr. Williams. So then when I open a bank account or proceed for a driving licence, anything in the commercial realm, I have to produce this commercial entity. It might as well say McDonald's or Quick Fit Tyres, because that's what this is, it's a banking bond. So
No,
therefore,
it's a record of your birth.
yes,
Yeah.
a dead entity.
Yeah.
That's a dead entity, that isn't me, the living man.
What
It's
you need to
a
ascertain-
jurisdiction in law change, that's what's going on through the Roman rulings, the Roman Empire.
Yeah, but it's your name, Andrew. And
It's my name, Andrew,
And it's your family name, Williams.
not written like this.
But yeah, that's by the by. If we just recognise, just one minute, just to let me clarify. I'm not here in any of the capacity other than private and just as we are, you know. We just have done some research and looked into law. So these ladies are representatives and trustees and agents of the United Kingdom
Yeah.
government. Is it the ministerial office, the passport?
We're part
HM?
of the
Just-
Home Office.
Let me
but-
just establish 1 minute
but
before
we
we
are the
proceed.
General Register
So we're in a
Office.
place now with some agents that are effectively trustees, notice the agent, notice the principal, and we've come in honour and we're asking them to disclose anything that you know in your professional capacity that would help us move with administration of estates. Now, this lady here, I forget your name, said that not all names come with the capitalisation on here. Those will be maybe the private estates that are managed with the, you know, how we've seen the
Yes.
syntax grammar and all of that. So the Republican or a private, if you have an estate private, then you wouldn't necessarily come to a public place like the Queen, the royal baby, won't have registered, you know, in essence, you wouldn't think their own asset property to themselves, as it's Her Majesty's.
No.
But I'm not going to get into that. But
The royal babies are
we-
registered just like everybody
yeah,
else.
okay, yeah, well, that's amazing. The crown, that means that the crowns are separate. What we've heard about the 3 crowns is true. So we would like to notice these ladies, or maybe not Andrew, but when I'm here separately, but together with him, there is a requirement in the capacity of the United Kingdom for obligation and honour and full disclosure. Now, we don't believe we've had full disclosure on this, and we believe there may be other entities. We call this an instrument in law. We've used this in a court, and I've submitted this to the court, the court clerk, for and on behalf of the corporate commercial body of Mr. David Jeremito. And I've furthermore said that I today have not authorised as the creditor this name to be used in commerce here today in the court, and I've gone
But
for
it's not
damages.
commerce, that is
We
your...
believe, and we have used these as instruments and used it for liability
It's
in
conveyance.
legal court scenarios, and it's worked. Not that it's worked, it's been accepted by magistrates
The
and higher
person's
courts.
present at court.
And we've come to our
Yeah, because that
discovery
is sort of
that
saying
there's
the
more
door
paperwork. That's
It's
all
No.
a
it is.
document.
Yeah.
No, it isn't. It
But-
clearly states that on the bottom.
They've been noticed today. I'm at the end now. I'm at the end.
Yeah,
happily.
it's
They've been noticed today. That we require, and if you could just please check and give us, for Andrew and myself, that you know, as you've got the knowledge to say that at this office, we're on a bit of a Christian mission here, if I don't mind telling you, if you're wondering what's
Oh,
going
I'm a
on.
man of God.
We've
I'm not
recently
a man of
found
faith.
God,
Right.
and we're not after
Well, that's
anything.
not Andrew on my
We
driving
don't think
licence.
we're worried about our souls, and
Well, that's how you spell it, isn't
we've
it?
come
No.
we've come to
This
ask
is
you for
what's
help.
on there,
That's all.
isn't it?
So, could you check? Yeah, and
Well, it's only different because that's uppercase and that's...
Well, it's only different
lowercase.
because.
Yeah.
Why isn't it the same?
I think...
Because.
I think...
Can you hear me now?
yeah.
There's a different jurisdiction of the law. When this is created, we are taken from the land of which we are
We
born.
are. It's
And,
liability.
and we are then put in a citizenship or a partnership, and all these ships are of the sea. This is water, it's mercantile law from the mercantile days.
It's an instrument.
It's admiralty and maritime law from the Roman Empire. This is a Catholic instrument.
Yeah, just excuse me one minute. Can you just go to security and ask them to...
What?
Come and throw these
What?
down.
Ask them if you can use the
Sure.
phone. Ring Colin. I think he's on 409.
Thank you very much.
All three are
Just
right.
explain
No,
what's
no,
happening.
yeah.
And I think we need
No,
somebody
it's
from
fine.
case.
That's
so
all
they
right.
can-
I
Okay.
need to go around all
I
over.
know all this shit, I'm just being, you know.
I mean, this is all a bit above our heads.
This is what happened to me
if
in
you're-
Warwick.
if
This is
you're-
why they've sent me here.
If you're applying for your birth certificate, that is all the information that we've got from
Yeah.
you.
That's all we need to know,
So-
because next stop is London at High Court,
I'm
so
going
we
to
do need
change
to be
it.
Right.
definite.
So what I've
100%.
asked Nikki to do is to get somebody down from casework
Okay,
that knows the law better
Yeah.
than I do.
okay.
And they
There
may
we
be
go,
able to
yeah.
help you
Excellent,
more.
excellent.
But I have to say, with the surname being in uppercase,
Yeah,
when I'm writing people's names, if I'm sending them and talking about a birth certificate, I always write the surname in uppercase.
yes.
And the reason that I do that, Williams, no problem. But when you have some Asian names, it's
Mhm.
just to identify
Mhm.
which is the family
Absolutely.
name, and that's why I do it.
Absolutely. But in the terms of the law, and the law
Oxford,
is the
we've got
law,
Oxford.
our judges and courts work from the Oxford
And,
Comprehensive
I can't
Dictionary.
comment on the law.
No, yeah, it's
No.
not.
I mean, to me, that looks okay.
Well, there's legal law.
Yeah.
There's legal
Yeah.
and
Oxford,
lawful.
grammar.
Yeah.
So the Oxford Dictionary is what our judges to this day use, okay?
Yeah.
And in the Oxford English Dictionary there is no uppercase lettering.
That's not a language.
Chicago Styles manual.
No.
It's legalese what the solicitors and barristers and those at the BAR use and
Yeah.
represent us peasants with. When you're unbeknownst, when you're not of God, when you don't know who you are.
So you get into-
He's not at his desk, it's Kate, so she's just going to find Colin and...
Right, okay.
Excellent. So I know it's a tricky one today, and I'm very sorry for this on this lovely Monday. At least we brought the sun with us, eh?
Yeah.
You know, ordinarily I would be in my shirt and trousers, I'd be
Right.
shaved up a little bit more, but like I say, I've come on a
So have you
event
come on the
today.
train or have you driven?
No, my friend's driven me.
Travel.
Right.
We
We're
travel.
on a quest. I'll tell you what it is, I'll open up to you where your friends come in on a mission. You may say, from God, like the Blues Brothers, but what it is, I've been awakened by Christianity and the rules of the realm. One is Christian, this is Catholic.
It's
And
not Catholic, it's the law of the land. When registration was taken, it began in 1847.
He is referencing the 1302 Unum Sanctum that was
Yes.
proclaimed by the
The
Catholic
Papal
Church,
Bull.
1302. The Catholic Church, yeah, they made a proclamation
They say
and
they've got down
they
and kissed the
said
ground.
all derivatives of all churches now belong to them, and they did Unum Sanctum,
Well, this
and
is
it is the
nothing to do with
created.
the churches. This
No,
is
it's a world thing.
This
It's
is
a
a
world
civil thing, isn't it?
civilian, yeah, crown.
You know, the way we register marriages. And
Court.
Yeah.
It's Her Majesty's. It's that crown.
No, you're
And
absolutely,
another
you're
crown,
absolutely
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But again,
Mixture.
when you come back to the Oxford English Dictionary and looking at what is to register is to give. And that's why we've registered our house, our car,
Transfer
our
of
children.
title. It's a key. Transfer of title.
It's the
with
deeds
yeah.
and the titles, if you have the allodial title or if you have the legal title. This is a legal title.
When you,
Which
whenever you
isn't
sign,
mine, it's
yeah.
theirs. That's what's a copyright. It's not mine, it's theirs.
So to
This
register
is
as
a
a signature.
conveyance that I may use. I may utilise this instrument as and when it benefits me. This commercial person, this commercial entity, it's dead entity. This is a
We're not
conveyance.
commercial.
United
it's the
Kingdom
law.
is. Yeah, the United
It's-
Kingdom is
Where
commercial.
this is
law,
UK,
isn't it?
UK is commercial. That's the
Yes.
part. That's a UK.
That's the
legal
Well,
jurisdiction
it's,
that
that's
goes
England
on.
and Wales, it's not UK. Our certificates are irrelevant to England and Wales, as Scotland has a
That's their own
registration.
jurisdiction.
Northern Ireland
That's
have
right.
a
Yeah,
registration.
That's right.
then, so it's
Because I
not
have Scottish
England and Wales.
clan, that's how I know that. But that's right. But there is something that isn't being fully disclosed to us through this registration system, and that's not you, it's not you, it's not me, it's just what it is. It's imposed long before we was even born
Yeah.
into this
You see
land.
that, you
Registrar
get
General, the
registered,
General.
and then
yeah.
your mother uses that to get you your family allowance.
Exactly, mother is a legalese word.
Yeah.
What is an allowance? Is it a bonus or is it an entitlement? Where does that money come
Well, you're
from?
entitled to your family benefits,
And where does
aren't
that money come
you? From
from?
the government,
And where does that come from?
from taxpayers.
No, it doesn't. It comes from this banking bond.
Yeah.
Because Andrew credited
Well, the
Mr.
Vatican has
Williams.
all-
No, that is just the piece of paper that says that you're who you are.
I can't get a bank account without it. But it clearly states
It's more than a bit of
used
paper.
identity. That's
Well,
what
yes,
watermarks.
well,
They usually ask for a photographic piece of ID as well, don't
Well,
they?
not when I was a teenager. There wasn't.
Well,
there
no,
was
but I
that
mean
one.
things have moved on now,
I'm
haven't they?
nearly, 37.
You know, you've got to sort of have like utility bills.
Right,
like
can I
you-
just say, if you're not aware, ladies, if you're not aware of the banking constitution which governs the United Kingdom public and private transfer, endorsement, ledgers and so forth, then I'd urge you to look at a thing called the 1882 Bills of Exchange. This is what the Bank of England, now that's a private consortium, I'm not speaking to our team,
Yes, but
so
we're
I'm
not
going,
connected to
and that's,
the
that
Bank of
gives
England.
money, no, but the Queen is, the Bank of England, Her Majesty,
The Crown,
and
this
the,
Crown,
and the
yeah.
banking, that would be the Rothschilds own that. They print money, lend it UK government. UK government spend it and create a national debt.
This is
We
since
take
the
the
War of
national debt.
Napoleon.
You're not aware. So to tie this in, we have the 1882 Bills of Exchange, and that's in effect now, and that is for your charges and transfer. Money and currency are different, they're not the same, we lump them together. Credit,
Through the language.
credit is controlled, credit is credit, money is money, intrinsic value and back. So when you go into this, I'm sorry, look, she's right, following on, I'm not listening, but the 1882, please make a note, the 1882 Bills of Exchange, and furthermore, people say, David, that's an old law. But the athlete that went careering through London with no brakes, that run over a pregnant lady and killed the baby that the lady lived, was done for prosecuted for common law whatever under 1862 wanton and furious driving. So these laws are prevalent, and we have transfer via endorsement for the charges, and that's all through that and that,
Yeah.
which is it's higher level financial, yeah.
Yeah.
We need someone from casework, Diane.
Left.
Do you? Have you rung them?
Well,
I spoke
haven't
to
got a
Kate,
number.
I asked Kate.
That's why we asked Kate.
Oh, right. We
Yeah.
should have a contact number in there. Is it regarding an existing case?
No.
No.
Oh, I think we have a new one.
Did you know?
It's a point of law.
Thank you.
Right.
Sorry, ladies.
Should have a contact list in the. Oh, we did that. There.
Well, there's nobody from casework
Right,
there.
okay. I'll get security.
Particularly about births.
Right.
Somebody with legal knowledge, please. Thanks.
With a creditor debtor situation.
Yeah, but
Litigant in person.
But
What do
going
they
back
call
to
it?
the family allowance, that is funded, as I see it, by national insurance.
But my love, may I just put it to you that all of these things from the DWP and whatever else formalities and everything else, it's all by consent. I'm a single father, and my youngest child is now 14, and her mother left us on the 21st of June 2018, and I haven't claimed a single penny for her from a single department of the state. And we are swimming along quite beautifully It's all by consent. You need not. That's what's
But
tied you
family
into it.
allowance is your right, isn't it?
It is a right, but
But, you
No,
know, if you
entitlement.
it's an entitlement.
Legal entitlement.
Yeah.
What I have righteous ways are the Ten Commandments. That's what's righteous and right unto us. All these other rights and laws are wavered unto you, but if you consent to them. And I wish not to don on that legal jacket that comes with many other loopholes with it when you receive
But
such an...
with all due respect, that's your decision, isn't it?
Yes, because
then
But
that's
other
the same.
people see.
Can I tell you why I
difference.
do that? Fundamentally for myself, so then the state doesn't have that proclaimed vested interest in my property.
Vested.
Simple. Simple.
The
I
contract of
home
consent.
educate my children, and I feed them and I nourish them more than adequately from the heart to the soul to the very meal that goes in their belly every day. And I wish not for any vested interest of any other services other than those that I wish and require from. It's an I'll call you basis.
Yeah.
So this is why this given day I am here for any paperwork that's pertaining to my family estate, so that this week when I go to the Court of Chancery to claim back my allodial title, which has been put into
What does
quasi-trust,
allodial mean? Sorry.
Oh,
All
full top.
rather than a
Rightful.
legal title,
Right.
this birth certificate is a legal title, but
Public.
I am the grantor. Without me, Andrew Williams, there is no legal fiction, there's no legal title. So I'm claiming back what is rightfully mine, this beneficial estate.
He's in the general public, he wants to go out the army of the public and go into the
It's
private.
not combatancy,
Come
yes.
on, down now.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah,
ladies.
sort of, I've asked for a manager to come down from
Right.
casework.
Right, okay, lovely.
Yeah, because the only thing we can do here is advise people to write in if they're not happy with the information on the certificate.
Okay,
Because you're querying the information on the certificate.
No, I'm not.
No, what is the issue with it? Sorry.
Oh,
Just explain it to me briefly.
and you are,
Diane, my name is Diane.
and what's your capacity here?
I'm Sandra's colleague,
Okay.
so they just asked me to come
Well,
down.
You know, it's difficult to do these types of requests given the vast subject that it is and the knowledge that's required. And if I'm sure that if I spilled it to you, it'd go straight over your head like it just has your
Okay.
colleagues. That's what
All
we're
right,
calling for the
well let's
manager.
wait until the casework manager
I
comes down.
don't mind telling you.
No, it's
Well,
fine.
It's just-
sorry.
So, yeah, please do, my love, if you
What the
can.
gentleman are here for is he's got his birth certificate.
Yeah,
And he's wanting to have all the documentation relating to that birth certificate, but I have explained that the only information we've got
It's
is what's on that
35,
birth
yeah.
certificate. And you've taken exception to the way it's been written, haven't you? Williams is in capital
Yeah.
letters.
I haven't taken exception to it, I've noticed it.
Right.
Styles and
Okay.
grammar. The styles and
Well,
grammar are
that's-
different.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
good grammar.
Yeah.
Punctuation,
So
grammar,
you could have been
styles.
registered as another register office,
Yeah.
and that name would have been written
Yeah.
differently.
Yeah.
Yes.
There isn't,
Yeah.
there isn't direction on
No.
how names should be written, as far as I know, on birth certificates.
Okay. Well, that's, and with all
Yeah.
due respect and faith and love, that's only what you know.
yeah.
But what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying today...
Yeah.
What's been informed?
in
Can I ask
accord-
you a question?
Wait a minute, babe, please. When in accordance with the law of this land, as you have just stipulated, there is a clear jurisdiction differences within the law of the grammatical paperwork within that four-corner rule. If it's not
Yeah.
included, it's excluded. And the way that my
Box.
family calling is written at the moment in those four corners is incorrect. And that's what I'm here to proclaim today.
Right.
That I, the man Andrew, am not the incorrect written name that that person, the corporate entity there. So I
Well,
wish
your family name is Williams, isn't
my
it?
family calling is Williams, but not that legal dead entity the way that it's proclaimed to be written that way. Now please let me
Right.
finish. So what I'm here today for is to have any paperwork pertaining to my family calling or any derivatives thereof with the capital at the beginning or all capital or however you've written it, anything pertaining to that I require today so that I can take as evidential facts with me to the Court of Chancery when I see their top master there to redeem my sociable capacity and title inalienably given to me by our good God when I was born to this land for remedy from the benefit of my person in the trust law that's set up before me.
You need to speak to somebody with some legal knowledge,
Yeah,
I
we
think.
need,
Yes.
Which
we've
is
got
somebody,
casework.
which is somebody from casework.
Yeah, we've got the casework manager come down, so they'll be
Excellent.
able to.
So if you got a little bit of a gist from that, Mark,
Going from the public
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
private.
there's no
I mean,
malice, there's no
coming from-
vexation, you know.
Coming from our point of view here,
Yeah.
the only thing we can do here is take applications for certificates.
Yeah.
So it's beyond us, so
Well,
we need to
I've
get
faced
somebody.
this same barrier. I went
Yeah.
locally to myself in Warwick. I asked them,
Yes.
they could only send me their deputy superintendent
Right,
lady, and
okay.
I went straight over her head as well.
Yeah,
She said, this isn't what I would talk when I was indoctrinated. I said, that's right, because you're not educated.
yeah.
But we won't talk about that, so
No.
they've
We'll wait
sent
for
me
our
here.
casework manager
Yes.
to come down, and hopefully they'll be able to help us.
Excellent.
Right, I was going to ask, this bit where it says informant on there, you got mother, and you've got the,
Yeah.
you've got the section father,
Mm.
and then you've got occupation, everything like that. What's being informed? In your opinion, I'm not asking, you know, your professional public.
I can't go with
Nobody
all-
knows. Nobody knows. It's amazing that nobody can answer. And we're here today. I'd like
Don't
to
you know
ask
when you
you,
occupy?
what's being informed?
Are you an occupier?
You know, it's incredible.
I mean, America are currently occupying Syria. So am I an occupier?
We
No,
can't answer that.
So you see, these terms are very important. 'Cause if you
Yes.
agree to them,
To be an occupier, you're there for the militant force. I'm here under the covenant of
No,
our
we just
Creator.
I occupy my house, don't I?
You make
But
mistakes.
But I'm not there by force.
you just done me for cutting in. I asked them a question and you cut in, so you just don't. I
And
didn't
I
get
think-
their opinion.
I
It's
think-
important to me.
She said she can't answer
We,
those.
we
These
can't
two.
answer. The only thing we
She
can
said
do
you can't
here,
answer.
the only thing we can do here, the three of us on the section that we work in, is we just come down to accept applications for birth, marriage and death certificates.
Is there anyone that can explain that?
But somebody's coming down that
So
hopefully
that would be
we'll be
down.
able to.
Hopefully they'll be able to
Ah,
advise you
you see,
better.
That's good.
It's not something we can get into because we don't have the knowledge of the law and everything else.
Would you like? Yeah. All right,
So,
thank you.
So mother is a legalese word. Father is a legalese word. Male and female is also a legalese word. We're not
Sorry.
trained. It's not an oath. We're not a member of the BAR.
The different language. It's a language.
We're
The language
masculine.
is a
We're
tool.
masculine and feminine.
Right.
Yeah.
Hi, this is
Hello.
Linda.
This is
Accident
Linda.
casework.
Hello, that's I'm
Hello.
Andrew. Listen to you. Right,
I'm
okay.
David. Hello, Linda. Much obliged. Thank you.
I've come today to see your colleague who's come to see me. I wish and require for any paperwork that you have in this office pertaining to my first given Christian calling and secondly my family trust name. So,
Okay, a birth registration is a historic record of an event, that's all
that's
it is.
right.
It cannot be removed from the register.
That's right.
Yeah.
So what I'm ultimately looking for is the live birth certificate, and ultimately I was under the pretense or assumption that there was still a long and a short certificate. I've just produced my certificate to the lady. I've given her the story that I've given mine to my son 18 months ago or 2 years ago to use for identity for his own passport,
Right,
and he lost it, and it was a significant one with all the red writing and everything.
right.
So I was coming here today to as far as I understand it, that there's two certificates, one for your live birth and then there's this one that we're giving a copy of.
No, the entry in the register at the time of the birth, which that is actually a copy of the register page.
Yeah.
The register page is held at the register office. Your parents went in, they gave that information and they signed the register.
Okay.
That is the legal document,
Yeah.
and any certificates have to be a true
That is
copy
the
of
legal
that.
title
That's
right
the,
there.
that register page is the
Yes.
legal record,
Okay.
and any certificates are a copy of that
Thereof.
page.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. But from the way that we're being shown, or the way that we understand it, is that there is two